Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to NJPW Puroresu Review. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the Taco Princess herself. It's Melba. How you doing, Melba?
I am doing great, Andre. I had a great gym session today. My gym crush complimented my biceps. It was nice.
There
How
you
are you
go.
doing today?
I'm sore as fuck. I even got a
That that happens.
I even got a massage today, and I'm still sore.
The first of many days, my friend.
Yeah, and that's only after 2 workouts. So that's the messed up part. Oh,
Hey, that's not the messed up part. I've been doing this for years. I still hurt.
that scares me.
We have very different goals in mind, though, my friend. I am definitely a weight lifter. You just want to look good.
I just want to get in shape and not be a fat guy anymore.
Mhm. I
Nothing wrong with
understand
being
your
nothing
point.
wrong with being a fat guy. It's just time for me to lose. I'm too much of a fat guy at this point. So
Whatever makes you happy, my friend.
yes, it does. But we are here to talk some New Japan. Here we are here to talk the September 10th Blue Justice 13 event. We are going to talk the main event of that show, and then we
Mhm.
are going to talk the full card of the September 17th Road to Destruction shows, ladies and gentlemen. By the thumbnail, you'll have seen that I'm using our wonderful Blue Justice and his team versus Strong Stylers. So you might realize what we're going to be covering here today.
Mhm. Good stuff. The good stuff.
But before we get into that, I want to thank each and every one of you. I really do appreciate all you guys joining us here on the channel. I know Melball does too. I want to thank you all for all the great comments you guys keep dropping, all the likes, all the subscribes to the channel, everything. You're helping us grow. We really do appreciate you. And also, just thank you so much for everything. And don't forget, hit the notification bell so you're alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello. So we are going to get into it. We're starting it off with the Road to Destruction Blue Justice 13 event. We're going to talk about the main event of the evening. We're talking it's a 6-man tag team match number 1 in the best of 7 series. Didn't know if you knew this was a best of 7 series, Mel. Did
I
you?
did hear that throughout
Yeah.
the commentary a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand any of the commentary because both the shows we watched was all Japanese commentary. Because with Kevin Kelly stepping back, we're getting a little bit less English commentary, and I'm hoping they can get a full time guy pretty darn quick because I want my English commentary.
Hey, I'm just saying, my guy. Learn some Japanese.
I'll try. We've got the team of Master Wato, Shota Umino, and Yuji Nagata, Team Blue Justice, taking on Strong Styles, El Desperado, Minoru Suzuki, and Ren Narita. So I have a lot of notes for this match because
Oh, I bet a lot happened.
it was a long match and a lot of shit happened. So
Yes,
they
it did.
start.
Take it away.
So to start out this best of 7 series, they all get in each other's faces. They all just start brawling. Nagata and Suzuki stay in the ring. They're just trading boots back and forth. Just bang, bang, boot, 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 boot. Suzuki boots Nagata after he goes to tag out, and Nagata's ready to kill Suzuki at this point. He's trying to like boot him out. Like, he's just getting out of the ring. He was pissed off.
Mhm.
Wado and Desperado have a good little back and forth. Wado gets the arm drag. Then Desperado takes over, works over Wado's arm. Umino and Narita get in. They're locking up, trading holds, slamming each other over and over again. And Narita finally drops Umino they're slamming into each other repeatedly. And Narita finally drops Umino. Umino fights back. But again, they're really going back and forth. Umino gets the stamp bear and that beautiful PK to the back for 2. Um, Wado comes in, getting slammed. Nagata comes in, doing the stomps, runs Suzuki and Desperado off. Suzuki's kind of getting ready to come back in and fight Nagata because he got knocked off the apron that time. Again, this little it seems like Suzuki and Nagata have issues with each other. Umino and Narita have issues with each other, and then I guess Wado and Despy have issues with each other, but I don't believe that rivalry.
Um, I I actually watched both of these shows today, and I had English commentary for them, and yeah, and Kevin kept saying actually that apparently Wado has no known problems with Desperado, but for whatever reason, Desperado has made it very vocal that he does not like Master Wado. And there is no reasoning behind it. He just doesn't like him.
Yeah. You're lucky because you watched it recently. I watched it over the last bunch of days before the English version was out.
You
I,
did, you
I
did. I literally watched this match as I was warming up at the gym.
Yeah, but again, it was nice to hear it in a different style. It really was. I guess get to the point. Suzuki's pissed off. Waddles comes in. He's attacking Narita. Umino comes in with him, hits a suplex. Then the pin gets broken up. Nagata and Suzuki fight. And sends Suzuki and Nagata to the floor. Nagata comes back in. He's beating up on Narita, but Narita hits a flying wheel kick. Every time Suzuki and Nagata get in this, it's so good. Like those two just these two old men just beating the shit out of each other, and I love it. I really do. 250 guys in their 50s are to me. Well, everybody else in here is good. They're the two guys in their 50s are the most entertaining part of this match.
Yeah, they were still trying to go like they weren't in their 50s, and it was tremendous.
Yeah. So Suzuki ends up pulling the triangle over the ropes to Nagata. Then he ends up pulling him out, running him into the barricades, smashing him in the head with like the door of the barricade, tosses him into the crowd, sits on top of him, waving a Blue Justice sign around, like just being an absolute dick. He actually picks up a barricade and hits Nagata with the barricade in the ribs. Like just an absolute dick.
That's Suzuki.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the ring. Desperado gets in. He's working over Nagata in the corner. Gets a modified like leg trap, one arm, and the arm's pulling full Nelson. Then he gets a 2. Narita and Despy are double teaming, doing the double team. Again, just a lot of good back and forth here. There's this really great spot where they have the triple team submission by Strong Style on Nagata. Like I think one had a rear naked choke, and each were pulling at the legs, like trying to like really work over Nagata. I really like that. Nagata fights back with Suzuki, but Suzuki just drops him this just straight right that looks so good. Strong Sidle just tagging in and out, beating up on Nagata for a good few minutes actually. Eventually, Wado and Umino try to make the save, but all of Strong Style get their submissions in because Suzuki had the rear naked choke, and then they try to make the save, and they all get put in submissions. It was really good. Suzuki really holding on to that choke even after the break, like really getting vicious with that choke. Nagata gets a beautiful overhead suplex to Desperado, and finally tags in Wado, or that overhead belly to belly suplex. Finally tags in Wado. Wado gets him the drop kick to Despy, fights off Suzuki and Narita. Then he sent Despy to the floor, and he hits the tope con hilo to Desperado on the floor and brings him back in to hit and get 2. Wado stops the spine buster. They trade shots. He gets the head kick, but Desperado stops the Recitamente and hits the spine buster. Umino and Narita get tagged in. They're trading attacks. Narita gets the DDT suplex for 2. They go back and forth some more strikes and kicks. Umino hits the drop kick to Narita and hits an inverted DDT for 2. Narita gets the enziguri, tags in Suzuki, but Umino fights off Suzuki with a drop kick, also fighting off Narita at the same time. Nagata gets tagged in, hits a boot in the corner to Suzuki. Hits a butterfly suplex for 2. Suzuki gets like 2 PKs to the back, and then fakes Nagata out as he's getting ready to take it to the back end, and then just PKs him in the face. It looked really good. He gets a 2 count. Nagata fights off the rear naked choke, gets the crossface. Then Wado and Umino come in to get their submissions on Narita and Desperado. It was really good. It's getting down into the last couple minutes of the match. This is a 30-minute time limit. Suzuki and Nagata are striking back and forth. You can hear the announcer calling for the final minute. Suzuki's unloading. Just starts slapping that crap out, like just full-on palm strike slaps to Nagata. Nagata's just like, you can see him getting like woozy. Then he just rears up, hits his own, and then comes back, hits the exploder. He rolls over as he puts his arm onto Suzuki ding, 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 ding. 30 minutes have expired. You're like, oh, it was dude, it was like that finish was just perfection.
Oh, it was, but creates so much potential
Hmm.
issues for going down the road. Because what happens if each team then picks up 3 wins? Will we get a best of 8?
Maybe,
Will we
yeah,
require a tiebreaker? Mm.
yeah. Again, it allows a very anticlimactic ending if it happens.
Yeah. Let's hope that's not the case, though.
No.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Every time that Nagata and Suzuki got into the ring, it was just pandemonium, but in the best kind of way. These guys were just beating the holy heckin' crap out of each other. But
Hmm.
as you mentioned, so were Shota Umino and Ren Narita, and so were Master Wato and El Desperado. Though admittedly, like of the three feuds, they were probably not the like meanest ones.
Hmm.
It was very obvious that Shota and Ren wanted to beat the holy hecking crap out of each other as much as Nagata and Suzuki, whereas Desperado and Wado were kind of like, yeah, we choose violence. We don't need to go to that kind of violence. Yeah, this was a roller coaster of a match, and it was so nice to see Suzuki back because man, it was how many years now? 3 years ago that we saw Minoru Suzuki and Kushin Liger.
That was 5 years ago now. That was
It was
2019.
2019.
So 4 years ago.
Thank you for doing the math on that because I suck
Well,
at
I only reason I
that.
remember Kinshin Lager is because you posted the memory today.
That's what triggered it because it reminds me of that Suzuki.
Mm.
That's the Suzuki that we saw was that savage Suzuki that brought out Kushin Liger from Jushin Liger. What the hell is he gonna bring out of Ryoji Nagata?
Blue, Blushin Lager?
What the
I don't know.
teal justice? I don't know. We'll,
Dark
we'll
dark blue justice.
maybe.
Just a darker shade of blue on all his gear.
Oh man, but yeah, this match was a lot of fun. The parts between Shota and Narita were also very exciting for
Hmm.
me, just because it's been hard for me to get to stay behind Shota's back, just because I'm not entirely sure of what it is that he's doing, and his entrances still really annoy the hell out of me. They're
Well,
too
it wasn't.
long.
Well, it wasn't. Okay, I was thinking about his entrance, but it wasn't this match. I'm thinking about his entrance. It's the other one that I'm going to talk. We're going to
Yeah.
talk about. Yeah.
But this was nice. This was
Yeah.
nice, and this was a great kind of extension of the feud of Umino and Narita, which I was expecting as soon as they came back, and
Yeah.
I'm happy that we're getting it.
Yeah, and again, it gives them a plausible reason to keep going to this match multiple times over the next few months. That
Hmm.
it allows these two teams to work together. Like I don't know what we're gonna get if we're gonna get it as an undercard match on some of the junior shows. Like because remember, after the Destruction Tour, we get the Super Junior tournament. So like
That's true.
yeah, and again, they're going if like they're only showing a handful of the Destruction Tour shows on New Japan World. There's some of the shows aren't being taped for New Japan World,
Hmm.
so they're doing these shows only. These doing these best of seven matches only on the televised shows. So
Interesting. Interesting.
there's a because there is a possibility this could end up on the Super Juniors. We don't again. It could. They probably have it scheduled because there's only I think one or two shows scheduled in between the 24th and the October 9th, like of television shows.
Mm.
That, so again, and I don't think it's gonna all of them have one of these. So we'll
We
see.
will see. We will see. Last thing I wanted to say is Spinebuster by
Mm,
Desperados. Mm, they're so good. It
so
was.
good.
They're so good. They're just so he gets so much height and then that's just the power through of it. It's perfection.
Oh yeah, so good. The guy is just he's got so many facets to his game. It just amazes you how good this guy
Hmm.
is. The fact that he can be
Mm-hmm.
technical, the fact that he can be a high flyer, the fact that he can be just everything that he does,
He's
it's just
versatile.
yeah, he's so good. He's so
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we move on to the September 17th Road to Destruction show. And if you're wondering why we didn't cover the rest of the matches on the September 10th show, because most of them are the same as the show ones on this show, at least from the participants versus their opponents. So we
Mm-hmm.
only need to talk about the show, but we had to talk that wonderful 30-minute main event. There was no way we
Mm-hmm.
could.
Absolutely.
So we started out the September 17th Road to Destruction show. Hiromu Takahashi taking on Yuto Nakashima. Hiromu getting the best of Nakashima right off the hop, knocks down Nakashima, but Nakashima right back up, getting the shoulder block, taking Hiromu down, and hits a lariat and then a slam. Hiromu gets the inverted triangle over the ropes, Thekla style, and then
Mm-hmm.
takes Nakashima out to the floor, runs him into the barricades on the floor, ends up suplexing him on the floor, really the junior dominating the heavyweight, but again, it's the experience dominating the young lion.
Mm-hmm.
Hiromu dominating Nakashima back in the ring with chops and shots and like running elbows and stuff like that. They're trading strikes at one point, but Hiromu drops Nakashima again, and then gets like 3 2 counts in a row, really trying to wear Nakashima out.
Mm-hmm.
Applies a single leg crab, but Nakashima gets to the ropes. Nakashima drops Roman with a lariat, unloads on him in the corner, then gets an elbow in the corner, hits the hip toss, gets a 2 count, applies the Boston Crab, but Hirou, as I wrote, gets to the ropes. Back and forth striking, and Hiromu drops Nakashijima, as I wrote.
Oh.
I don't know why I added a J and an extra I, but I did. With a lariat. He gets rolled up on the suplex, then gets rolled up again, and then Nakashima gets an armbar. Hiromu escapes, hits a Falcon Arrow for 2. Then he applies the Boston Crab, and Nakashima can't get to the ropes, and Nakashima is forced to tap out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. First, just right off the bat, I'm so happy that Hiromu is back to wearing his leather jacket for this tour and not the squid jacket, because gosh dang, that was a lot of eyeballs.
That
Oof.
I think you'll get that one on what is it the October 9th show. That's where you're gonna
I
get a
hope we
squid
just
jacket
get a
back.
new one.
Maybe it'll be instead of eyes, it'll be a bunch of Daryls instead.
That would be
That would be
awesome.
dope. I gotta figure out a way to contact Hiromu and tell him.
Figure out somebody to drop some concept art. Back to the match.
Mm-hmm.
Nakashima also got a haircut. Very happy to see that. He doesn't have that crazy thing on the top of his head anymore. He's looking a little dapper. He also looks like he's bulking right now. When he cuts, holy heckin' crap. He's going to look great.
Yep.
His stance is hilarious to me. I I can't even with him because it's like he's already trying hard in the picture, mind you, but like he already kind of looks very intimidating, even when he's not trying to look intimidating. When he tries to look intimidating, it really looks a little silly because he does pull his chin like all the way back into his neck and he pushes his arms all the way out and he just and he stomps around the ring with his toes pointed outward and it looks really silly.
Yeah.
But he's so good in ring and he's so good, it's just kind of for me missing the mark kind of makes me laugh at him. But yeah, this was a fun opener. And again, it was interesting, as you mentioned, the junior dominating the heavyweight. That's not something I usually like to see. But in this situation, it was the experience of Hiromu. And let's be honest, Hiromu's a little chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
He's got this unique styling about his wrestling that makes him able to contend with even heavyweights. I mean, we've seen him go toe to toe with Evil. We've seen him go toe to toe with Sonata. He was not successful, but he gave him a run for their money. So, maybe it'll be only a matter of time before we see Hiromu move up to the heavyweight division.
Yeah, it's not surprising seeing him work with heavyweights, just because again, his experience with Sonata, and then all the mixed tags that he has. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Tim and Bushi are both juniors in there, but a lot of the time they only maybe have they're like lately they've been fighting with like Hanare. He's been fighting with Hanare and with Khan
Yeah,
and
Jeff
stuff.
Cobb.
He's been
Yeah.
going Jeff Cobb. He's been going back and forth with those guys a lot. So again,
Mm-hmm.
there's really that battle there that of size that
Mm-hmm.
he tends to do well in.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Yeah. We move on. Talking about intimidating. Look at Oleg Bolton. That face. If I just walked up on that guy, I'd probably go, "Yeah, I'm not fucking with this guy." Because Jesus
I
Christ.
mean,
Then
look
Loibe,
at Boy.
he just looks funny to me.
Looks like Bolton farted.
He's like, "Oh God, Bolton fired."
Oh goodness! But Hamna and Makbe,
Hama just
look
looks
how
like
happy they look.
Hama just looks like it's like I'm stoned. Just pass me a joint. Pass me another
Yeah,
joint.
he's usually
Then
smiling more.
and Hanma looks like he just did a rail of coke and is ready to go rage at the heavy metal concert right there.
Oh my god!
I joke, obviously. So we got Oleg Bolton, Oscar Loibe taking on Great Bash heels Togi Makabe and Tomoaki Hanma. Loibe very unhappy with Makabe to start, and he's really
Hmm.
and Oleg has to hold him back and everything.
Hmm.
Oleg dominating early with basic mat wrestling and good like transition style wrestling with Hanma, and he ends up dropping Hanma and splashes him for two. Loibe comes in and it's like he's demanding Makabe get in there with him. They're trading shots. Makabe sends him over the top. Ends up sending him over the top. He gets about runs him into the barricade, stomping like on Loibe, like going from limb to limb, like doing that methodical like Randy Orton style work over each limb stomp. I did like that. And then he tags in Hanma. Loibe fights back against Hanma, dropping him, tags in Oleg, who comes in, powers Hanma around, and also then Makabe's in there. He's tossing Makabe around. This guy is gonna be scary once he graduates and like really gets into contention with this stuff. He's doing really good. His in ring is getting better and better every time I
Hmm.
see Oleg wrestle. It's
100%.
Loibe was already really good, but like
Hmm.
Oleg was coming in very green, other than his like amateur style, and he's transitioning very well.
I agree. I
Hanma ends
agree.
up fighting back. Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off
No,
there.
no, go ahead.
Hanma fights back, gets the DDT, unloads chops, hits the corner splash and the bulldog, but he does miss the running Kokeshi. Oleg takes over, but Hanma fights back and gets that running rocket style Kokeshi, dropping Oleg. Makabe gets in, Loibe get in, they fight back and forth. Loibe drops Makabe with a boot, hits the elbow drop for two. Great Bash heel get the sandwich lariat, and Hanma hits a Kokeshi on Loibe for two. Oleg comes in, and they take out Hanma. They double team Makabe. Loibe gets the big scoop slam for two. Makabe fights back, hits a lariat, then for two. Then he slams Loibe, goes to the top, hits the King Kong knee drop, and he gets the win.
Not unexpected. Not unexpected, but a fun match. I
Yeah,
actually really, really enjoyed this. Yeah, it's like Makabe is kind of like Loibe's kind of toe in the water on seeing how he kind of reacts when having a bit of a feud with somebody. Maybe they're preparing Loibe for excursion soon.
it could be. He has been around a while now,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
never know.
Yeah, and then he kind of came in, I think, a little bit after Nakashima hurt his elbow there, just before Yu Uemura went to out on excursion. Yeah, this was a fun match. I always love Makabe, and I always love seeing Hamna. Hamna is so happy to be doing what he's doing. He's such a joy to watch. Me, a bit of a concern for Loibe there. After some of that outside stuff, hopefully not an issue going forward in the tour. But yeah, this was a very fun match.
Yeah, I'm just looking over at when Loibe started actually in 2019 as a young lion, but he came from the Fale Dojo. He started in the Fale Dojo in 2019,
Uh,
in March of 2019. So this guy is right on that precipice to get ready to go, I think.
mm-hmm.
And actually,
100%.
Nakashima was originally at the Fale Dojo.
I could see that, yeah. His
Yeah,
styling, it makes sense.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So we are going to move on. And again, that match was 9 minutes and 4 seconds, the exact same amount of time as the opening singles match. Was exactly that,
Ooh.
according to Cage Match. So it's all according to Cage Match. So we move on. 6-man tag team match. Ryusuke Taguchi, the Gooch, Satoshi Kojima, and Tiger Mask Koji taking
Cousin!
taking on Bebop High School, Toriano and Hiroshi Tanahashi, and their teammate Tanahashi and Koji start the match. The real Koji, not the animal Koji.
Wow.
Sorry, it's the human Koji, not the animal Koji. I apologize.
Not the
Uh,
puppy.
and Kojima gets the advantage early, but Tana gets the springboard or the crossbody off the second turnbuckle to Kojima. Then they have their peck pop off.
Yes.
That was a highlight. That was a highlight. And then Yo gets tagged in. And he starts doing like just like, but it's just like it's just these little like, just like it's like it was like just like just little tiny like his like it was spasming
Yeah,
more
at
than a
least he
peck
can
pop.
do it.
Yeah. Hey, I have to go like this.
I mean, same.
I do not have control over mine. Uh, Yo and Tiger Mask, they end up going back and forth. Tiger Mask hits the tilt the world backbreaker. Guchin to beat on Yo, but he does get hit kind of low coming over the top rope by Yo. And then gets crushed on the top. Yo starts shaking the ropes with Gooch getting hit in the crotch. Then Tana comes in, takes over. Then Yo comes back in, does it, and Gooch just he looks so rough after that. Like just his face
I
is
mean, yeah,
yeah.
you were flossing your booty crack there, sir.
Yeah, Gooch got it in the Gooch pretty hard there. Yeah.
Oh,
Yano comes
yikes.
in, removes the corner pad, whips Gooch into it. Then Yano gets the atomic drop as Gooch goes for the running hip attack. But then to stop it, the Gooch is hurting. But then he eventually does get to hit as I call it, the ass hit. I wrote ass hit for some reason because I couldn't remember hip attack, but
Okay.
I don't know why I thought of that. Kojima's in, gets the speed chops on Yano. Then Tanahashi comes in to stop it, but he gets speed chopped. Then Yo comes in trying to stop, but he gets speed chops. Then Yo falls out. Then he keeps speed chopping Tana. Then Tana falls out, and he keeps speed chopping Yano. It was great. It was great. He gets the speed chops and everybody. Kojima gets stopped by Tana when he goes to the other corner to do his out of the corner move to Yano. But then he uses Yano, like he runs Yano into Tana and into Tanahashi, and then he hits the cozy cutter to Yano, but he only gets a 2 count. Tiger Mask comes in, he is controlling Yano, gets an armbar, but is broken up. Gooch comes in, hits the hip attack to Yo. Then Kojima gets a DDT to Tanahashi. Gooch and Tiger Mask double team Yano, but he slips out. He ends up running Tiger Mask into Gooch and low blows them both, rolls up Tiger Mask, and Yano steals the win.
This is not the first time we've seen Tiger Mask lose because of a groin shot. In the last little while, I'm getting a little sick of it. Stop playing ping pong with the guy's balls, guys. Leave him alone. He's done his time. Play ping pong with someone else's balls.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Kojima did. If you know, you know. Yeah, this was actually, again, another very fun match. Lots of comedy spots throughout this one. It's kind of expected when Yano is involved. You know, there's going to be some goofy stuff. You kind of mentioned all the really fun, goofy ones. I think the rope spot was my favorite, just because Gooch was really, really quite crying by the end of that one. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I was disappointed about Tiger Mask being the one to to take a loss on this one though. I would have liked to maybe see Taguchi take this
Yeah.
one, but like he did get again, he got his gooch flossed, so can't let him take all the shame.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Again, I thought a really fun 6-man. Really, Kojima really got to be a highlight of his team.
Hmm.
I thought like he really got to get in there and really get over there. I'm loving seeing
Hmm.
Kojima back in New Japan. His run in All Japan, while great, I don't really get to watch them as much because I'm busy watching New Japan and everything else that I watch. So I'm just
Yeah.
happy to see Kojima back.
Yeah, it was nice to hear his intro music.
Yes, very much so. We move on. 8-man tag. It's Chaos's Hiroki Goto, Kazuchika Okada, Tomohiro Ishii, and Yoshi-Hashi taking on TMDK's Big Teats, Bad Dude Tito,
Yeah.
Mikey Nickel, the hysterical Shane Hayes, and the front man, Zack Sabre Jr.
Big
Loving the
dudes.
loving seeing big teats in Japan.
Yes.
Gotta love them big teats in Japan.
Heck yeah. Heck,
Uh,
heck, heck yeah.
did you see the spot in the corner before the match started with TMDK doing the little?
Little jazz
Oh,
hand thing.
yeah, like they're all like running the fingers at each other. I love that because
Yeah.
like again, you have Lij's fist bump. We'll talk about it. We have the new Clash of Crowns from the United Empire. You
Mm.
have this little finger thing from TMDK. You have
With the cigarette
as much as you
thing.
hate it, you have the cigarette from House of Torture.
As far
Like,
as I'm concerned, they stole that from Fukiken Death.
yeah, and War Dogs have their group back reversed too sweet now.
Hmm.
They're sweet too.
Sounds like Sweet Tooth.
It's a new sweet. It's their sweet too. But again, like I'm liking that the teams are having this little thing that they do together.
Hmm.
Like I like that. And then there's
I
Chaos
do too, yeah.
who are just there. I guess their thing is a move in a match, which we'll talk about.
Do we
Guess
have
that.
to?
No, we will. Goto and Hayes start. Hayes gets Goto down, hits the drop kick. Then Chaos comes in. They all attack. Like the cowards they are, they have to group attack people. They take out TMDK, and they all hit the war drums on Zack Sabre Jr. Fucking war drums. Jesus.
Yeah.
Ishii and Hayes striking back and forth was just great. Saber gets a choke on Ishii with the feet, and again with the feet in the ropes, and Big Teats. Then he gets to the ropes. Then Big Teats hits yeah, Saber ends up choking Ishii with like that neck twist choke in the
Hmm.
ropes, and Big Teats gets tagged in, hits that beautiful Eddie Guerrero senton.
Hmm.
Big Teats.
Big
Uh,
dudes.
Nichols and Hayes get in. They hit the fish drop senton combo to Ishii, and Nichols gets two. Saber and Ishii are trading strikes. Saber gets the Cobra twist, but Ishii slips out. They trade, and then they trading holds, and Ishii gets the backdrop suplex. Okada in, takes down Teats, DDT's Hayes, then hits the DDT to Teats. Teats and Okada go back and forth, and Teats hits an a beautiful enziguri.
Hmm.
Teats ends up missing in the corner, but reverses Okada and hits that spinebuster bomb for two. Uh, Hayes and Nichols are in, double teaming Okada, but Goto comes in, takes out Hayes, and Okada gets a money clip on Nichols. Then he transitions, gets the air, and then hits the airy crash neck breaker. Yoshihashi in, he attacks Nichols, drop kicks to the knee, hits the headhunter. Saber comes in, and he fights with Ishii. After a bunch of reversals, Ishii hits the suplex. Teats comes in, Okada hits a big ass drop kick. Their super kick Ushigoroshi combo by Bishamon to Nichols. Then they tried to the Shoto, but it stopped. They try again, but Hayes comes in, takes out Yoshihashi, and TMDK get the tank buster on Hiroki Goto. Yoshihashi comes in, fights to fight back. He ends up super kicking Hayes, but Nichols like attacks Yoshi. He gets him up on the shoulders. Nichols and Hayes hit the Death Valley Driver neckbreaker combo, and they pin and Nichols pins Yoshihashi and gets the win. And I think there's one more televised show before like after between or no, this is the last televised show before the tag team match on the 24th, right? Yeah. So
I
again,
believe so, yeah.
so I have no idea. Like usually when somebody, but again, this wasn't the last show going in, but it's the last televised one. And usually on the last televised show, whoever gets the win in the match leading up, don't get the win at the show. But I want TMDK to get the goddamn win at the show because I need those titles off. Like as much as I do like Bishamon, and I think they were the better choice over House of Torture. I need those titles off of them. I was hoping to get them off them sooner, but it took them a while.
Mm.
I need those titles on TMDK and like right now because I really want Aussie Open versus TMDK at the Royal Quest 3. I really want that,
That would be
but
good.
that's only if Khan lets them go over. But yeah,
I mean, only benefit everyone involved: companies, wrestlers, fans, the whole shaboodle.
Shaboodle,
Shaboodle. I said it.
Shaboodle, Shaboodle,
Shaboodle.
Shaboodle. All I can think of is Family Guy. Was it
Shapoopy.
Shapoopy, Shapoopy, Shapoopy?
The
All I
girl
can
that's
think of.
hard to get.
That's all.
Shapoopy.
That's all.
Shapoopy. But you will get her yet.
Oh, that's all I can
Ah.
think of now. God damn it! Thanks for saying Shaboodle. I appreciate it.
As you mentioned, it's nice to, hey, what the hell? Let me say this stuff.
I forgot.
Sir. Sir.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
As you said before I was so rudely interrupted, it's good to see Big Teats again. I've been missing Big Teats. I know he's kind of been in America doing his thing in America, and I've been watching his stuff on Instagram and social media. It's been a fun time for him, but it's good to see him back with his TMGK guys.
Mhm.
Also getting, I think this is one of the first times I've actually kind of seen him with Zack Sabre Jr. Since Zack Sabre Jr. took over being the leader, the front man of TMDK. Nice to see them all like just friendly banter. Everyone gets along. It's so nice. Then there's
Mhm.
chaos. Ishii's just like, and Okada's just like, and then Goto's just like, wee. And Yoshi-Hashi's just like, wee. Like, it just, no one, they don't feel like a team, but they are, but they don't feel like it. Like, you can't find any updated pictures of Chaos as a faction because it's like the last time they were actually unified as a faction was when Jay White was a part of them and was the US champion. That's a while back. That actually the most recent picture I saw, Show was still a part of there, and that's too a while back.
A couple years now.
Yeah, like you guys got to be together again at some point. You guys are
Mhm.
together for the show. Get a picture, a group pic.
Yeah.
Seem unified. Cause man, those war drums, they look stupider every time they do them. Especially Okada, who should be like, other than Ishii, like the most serious one in that.
Mhm.
Even Yoshi-Hashi looks more serious when he's pounding on someone's back than Okada. Come on, man. Hit these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add. I really enjoyed this one. Pleasantly surprised that Nichols picked up the win.
Yeah, I was too, and I'm praying it's the same result on the 24th.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Bishamon being the champions either, but I wasn't a fan of them beating House of Torture either. But given what the House of Torture plotline has now become, it was probably for the better.
I can't wait to get up on Sunday. I want to get up, turn on New Japan World, watch the Destruction from Kobe show, and watch TMDK win the tag team titles. I cannot wait for that to
I
happen.
hope that's the case, sir. I hope that's the case.
Me too. Me too. We move on to another 8-man tag match. It's Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Mhm.
Bushi, Shingo
Bushi?
Takagi, Tetsuya Naito.
90? Did you
No,
just say 90?
well, sorry. So Tetsuya Naito and Yoda Tsuji. But his name doesn't work in the rhyming scheme. He's the only one.
90.
He's the only one whose name doesn't work. He needs to change it to Nighty. He has to. It doesn't work. Because it's Bushi, Takagi, Tsuji, Takahashi, but Naito? No. Boo. Boo.
Dear God, what are you gonna call Titan?
Teton. I can go Teton. At least he has an E in his name. I can go Teton.
Oh, sweet. Jeebus.
I love it. Love the polo that Newman's wearing. I was looking at it on Tokon Shop. It's not there. I'm very mad. The shirt doesn't exist yet. At least that I can find. It might be maybe some Pro Wrestling tees. I don't know, but it's not on the Tokon Shop. So I want that goddamn shirt. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Christmas. You know.
What are you winking at me for? What am I gonna do?
Maybe one of the fans wants to send me it. I don't know. Bushi's mask, his entrance mask.
Mhm.
I actually paused the video to find out what it said on it. So it said Bushi roll on serio or on serio.
En serio. It's serious.
En serio, whatever.
Seriously.
Majid,
I don't know what that one is.
Majide. Jet, Black, Death, and Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really liked it. It's just cool to see all the different entrance masks that he has, and I had to write it down because again, yeah, and then again, as I was saying earlier, UE like I know, Lij did their fist bump thing, so UE did their Clash Crowns. That's what I'm calling him. Calling it the Clash Crowns when they all do the thing together.
And Jeff Cobb taking his feud with Naito a little seriously, doing the fist bump into the crown.
Mm-hmm.
He's really pissing with him.
Oh, he's really fucking with Naito, and then Naito's fucking with him back though. It's not just it's both ways.
I mean, it's Naito. It's 90.
It's 90. It's 90, man. It's 90.
Oh dear.
Khan and Takagi are pretty even early on, trading shots. Then Khan hits some Mongolians. When Takagi gets his own Mongolians, and then Takagi drops Khan with the lariat. Tsuji comes in, tying up Khan, sits on his neck, like while he's seated in a seated position. He sits on like the back of Khan's neck. Again, it's playing off what Khan does to other people too. It really kind of plays on that. I really like it. If he did it to anybody else, it wouldn't make any sense. But the fact that he's doing it to Khan makes 100% sense in the world.
Yes, it does.
Tsuji beats on Khan, tags in Bushi. Bushi, the weakling that he is, needs Naito to help him to do anything to Khan. So, weak link. But Naito gets pulled out. Khan gets an armbar on Bushi. Bushi gets to the ropes. Cobb gets tagged in. Cobb is on the outside, and he's standing on Naito on the floor, talking to the announcers, just like standing on Naito's back. It was actually pretty funny. Hanare gets in. He's striking Bushi. Hits a senton for 2. Hanare catches the kick. Hits a wheel kick for 2. Cobb in, stepping on Bushi, picks him up, gets a delayed suplex, goes over near Naito and like waves Bushi's hand at Naito for the tag, but won't let him. Then he just walks over and like just lets him go into the corner, and he bounces out of the corner. It was just like he just like dropped him into just went meh into the corner, just like a dick. It was great. I loved it. Cobb hits a standing moonsault, but Naito breaks up the pin. Khan gets Bushi in the corner, sits on his head while all the rest of UE poses. Bushi fights back, hits the head scissors, tags in Takagi, who gets a lariat to Khan in the corner. But then Hanare and Newman are in, but Takagi takes both of them out. Then hits that fake out DDT to Khan and gets a 2 count. I love that fake out DDT.
It's so good.
So good. Khan takes out Takagi, hits a gut wrench to Naito. Cobb in, but Cobb stops the DDT of Naito, and Naito he ends up jackknifing Cobb for into a pin for 2. Naito goes for another DDT, but Cobb turns it into a spin cycle, just launching Naito. Cobb goes to the power bomb, but Naito reverses that into a DDT. Suji and Cal Newman come in. This is probably just the way I type, but every time I write Newman, I put a space in between new and man. I don't know why. I just do. It's just, again, it's just a habit of typing for me. It's not a name I'm used to yet. I think that's what it
Every
is.
time I went to write it down, all I could think of was Seinfeld.
Yes, me too. God damn it. Newman!
Newman.
Newman takes down Suji and hits a drop kick to Suji on the mat. Newman gets stopped in the head scissors, gets booted, but Newman ends up goes over the top onto the apron, hits a springboard lariat. Suji slips out of the tiger suplex and then dodges that when Newman goes into the rope and comes back out, like it's that rebound, goes to that rebound spin kick, but he ducks the spin kick and hits a Blue Thunder part of a Blue Thunder bomb, and then hits the knee and then gets a modified vertebreaker for 2 because he picked him up.
Suji landed on his face.
No, okay, so because this is when Suji flipped him over, picked him up on his back, and Callum Newman was upside down, and then he like tossed him out and fell backwards. But like Cody, like, I don't know if you remember watching Shane Helms way back in WCW days where he used to do the vertebrae or Homicide from his TNA days. He has the vertebrae where he gets the guy on the back upside down and drops him down pretty much onto their neck. Essentially, Suji did a modified version of that, but he's holding him in that position and sends him out and falls back instead of dropping to sit down. It's a variation of it, but I really liked it. And he gets a 2 count there. Bushi hits a suicide dive to Hanari on the floor, kicking him out. Takagi goes to the floor to fight with Khan. Newman rolls up Suji and this like leg traps him and gets him in this really cool pin for 2. Then he hits that rebound into the rebound out of the ropes that he does into the spin kick. Then he hits that bridging tiger suplex for 2. Suji then or Kyle Newman set him to the corner and goes for like almost what looked like a Trouble in Paradise. But as he's in the air, Suji like tackles him out of the air, goes to the corner and hits that Gene Blast spear, and Suji gets the win.
Yeah. Which I'm happy about.
Yeah, so I'm not, but after the match, Cobb puts a bag on his head, puts like Naito's bag on his head. Everybody's yelling back and forth. Takagi gets the mic and he put a United Empire shirt on, and Khan gets into the ring with him. He's pissed that Takagi's wearing the shirt, so he rips, and then Takagi, the dick that he is, rips it. Like, why would you rip a United Empire shirt? Just send it to me. Don't rip it up. Send it to me, man. Dickhead. Fucker.
Oh, child.
And Khan is like having just like a fit here. Like he's like having a breakdown. And then everybody just starts brawling, and it was just glorious, glorious chaos.
Glorious, glorious chaos.
Oh, I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I especially enjoyed Yota Tsuji in this match. I find it interesting that he's wrestling very similar to his Los Ingobernables counterparts, Naito and Bushi, both wrestling with their shirts on. Tsuji taking a similar notion. Tragic, really. But yeah, there was that one thing that you'd mentioned that he I don't know what it was. I think it was Newman was supposed to be doing it to Tsuji, but I don't know if Tsuji knew what he was supposed to be doing, and he just kind of ragdolled in the air a little bit, landed on his face, and then he hopped up and actually fed into that corner spot. So I don't know what was going on there, but it confused me a little bit. I really enjoyed the mind games between Naito and Cobb in this one. They're just endlessly entertaining. I'm starting to see a little bit of wear on Naito the last couple shows, where he's starting to not Tanahashi levels kind of limp, but you notice he's kind of got a little bit more of a he's not as quick as he was. He's still quick, but he's not as quick as he was. And that still has been a concern for me all year. Is this the kind of wind down of Tetsuya Naito's career that we're about to see? Gosh, I hope not, but
What are you
it is
talking
what it
about?
is.
He's about to go to the Wrestle Kingdom main event and win another world title. Come on.
I sure hope so. I really do hope so. This was my first time seeing Callan Newman. Very impressive. But again, Newman. Every time I heard the name on commentary, that's all I could think. um, what else? There was one point where Bushi was like, again, choking Great O'Con with his hair. I just love how they just kind of utilize little things within the ring to kind of make as weapons. Yeah, don't have a lot to add on this one.
Yeah, good show.
Good times.
Good match. I had a great time, and again, this is the fourth time I've seen Callan Newman wrestle because I watched the September 8th and 9th shows, and then I watched
Mm-hmm.
the full thing of the 10th. We just decided not to cover the whole thing, but like it was kind of a repeat show to this one. But yeah, I think kid's good. Like he's quite good. He's quite young, but he's quite
Tall.
good. Yeah, but like he's obviously going to be a junior.
Yeah, he's kind of got that Alex Zane
Yeah,
vibe to him.
yeah. Again, like he's really good. Like I really think
Mm,
this kid is going is again he has like we always talk about with like Francesco Akira. He has an
mm,
ability. He's going to emulate Will Ospreay. The kid's
mm.
25 years old. Like so like he's been around a little bit. So
Mhm.
August 31st birthday too. Interesting.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, not too long ago. No, I just looking at this thing. Look what his age was because again
Oh.
didn't know his age. But again, he's young. But he I think he's older than Akira. He's older than Akira. Because
I
Akira's
mean,
only what like
yeah.
23, I think 24 maybe.
Is he? I thought he was younger than that.
Because I think he was 22. I don't know. No, maybe I'm thinking of Kyle Fletcher. I don't know.
Yeah,
Again, they're all young.
yeah, they are. They are. I mean, finding them.
Akira's 23.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but again,
young boys.
I like my UE, and then because you have Akira at 23, you have Fletcher at 24, you have Callum Newman at 25, all as part of the United Empire. Yes, I know Aussie Open are part of AEW now, but they're still part of the Empire. They
Mhm.
will always be part of the Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I don't know. I'm really impressed with the kid. I'm liking where it's going, but I cannot wait to see Cobb and Naito on the 24th. I think that match is going to be sick.
Hmm.
That's going to be a really good match.
Hmm. Hmm. Wait, you said Common Naito, right?
Yeah, Cobb and Naito are going to be
Is
on. Are
something
going to be
going
on.
on between Shingo and Khan as well that night?
Yes, there is. We'll go over the card. I have the 3 title matches to talk as graphic to talk about, and then we'll also talk about the rest of the
Oh,
card
okay.
quickly on our way out of this. We have 2 more to talk about though before we get to that. We have the 7 main event of the evening. It's match number dos in this best of 7 tag match series. We are not getting a 30-minute draw on this one. I promise you that, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Hiromu's on commentary. He's just on commentary for the last match. So
Hmm.
for just a second. That feels better.
Okay.
I had to burp. I just didn't
Oh,
want to do it on
okay.
mic. Uno gives Hiromu a commentary or get him a bracelet when he's coming doing his entrance. And goddamn, this man's entrance is way too long. Good thing I skipped through most of it.
Yeah, it's too long.
Yeah, dude, just stop coming through the crowd. Just do
Hustle,
whatever you do.
hustle. More energy. More
And again,
energy.
I'm gonna bitch about just 5 guys for the same reason. Don't get me wrong. They start the match off. Desperado and Wato going back and forth early, with Despy getting the advantage. Then Wato gets the shoulder block, but Despy dodges the head kick, and he ends up going to the floor. Narita and Umino get tagged in. They're trading shots in the center of the ring. just swinging, just beating the living piss out of
Yeah.
each other. Umino gets an uppercut, but Narita gets a lariat. Narita unloads on Umino in the corner, and then he gets him down, chokes him with the shin and the boot. Umino comes back, unloading with his just some of these fast strikes and drops him, gets the seated drop kick. Nagata comes in, hits the knee to the midsection of Nariat, as I wrote, after some strikes for two. I flipped the T and the A.
Ooh.
Gets a 2 count. Wado comes in. Then Suzuki pulls Nagata to the floor, and they start fighting. Nagata tosses Suzuki into the barricade. Desperado ends up pulling Wado to the floor, but Wado tosses Desperado into the barricade. Strong Style not making the best choice there. Nagata comes in, landing strikes. I guess the big kick to Narita, but Narita then comes back with a wheel kick to take out Nagata. Suzuki comes in, hitting the strikes, gets the snapmare, gets the PK. Nagata fights back, gets the boot in the corner, tries for the exploder. Suzuki stops him. They're trading forearms back and forth, but then they start trading big boots. And then Suzuki gets the rear naked choke, but Nagata reverses the Gotch style pile driver with a backdrop. Then Nagata gets the exploder, and they're both down. Again, just great. Like we talked about in the last one. God, these two are just a highlight of these goddamn 6 minutes, man. Like just so good. And it bodes well that the old school style of both these guys really still sells to me personally. Although I do love the new school fast everybody fly style too. This is just these two have is so flipping great. Nagata tags in Wado, but Suzuki starts choking Nagata, and Desperado attacks Wado. Desperado beats up on Wado, hits a backdrop driver, and then hits a suplex for 2. Wado reverses Guitar down Hell, but ends up in the corner. Wado gets the head kicks and the springboard uppercut. Then gets a sunset flip into Vendaval, but Desperado fights and really as fast as he can, he gets to the ropes. Umino and Wado striking Despi. Wado hits Recita Mente, but Narita breaks it up. Umino takes Narita to the floor, but Narita runs Umino into the barricade. Desperado reverses a move from Wado. Desperado hits a spine buster for 2. Then applies numero dos, but Nagata breaks it up. But Suzuki gets the rear naked choke on Nagata, and this is where Suzuki just got a rear naked choke and did not let go. So Wado and Desperado start to fight. Desperado goes for Pinche Loco. Wado stops it, hits a couple strikes, hits a kick, but Desperado just gets a hard right hand to the jaw, hits Pinche Loco, gets the win for this team to be up 1-0 to 1 with a draw in there. In this, they're ahead in this tournament, man.
And Suzuki, man. I mean, arguably the cause of it, because yes, Desperado is the one who pinned Wado, but it's Yuji Nagata is usually that kind of captain of his team, always in there, always saving people, always doing what he needs to. He's always gonna. I was gonna say he was kind of like Dump, but useful, but like, it's kind of giving Dump a little bit more credit. He didn't have a kendo stick.
We can never give Dump credit for anything.
that was another questionable thing. The spot between Shota and Narita, where they were just beating the holy hecking crap out of each other. It was like they didn't remember that this was a tag match. There were so many times where they could have had an opportunity to tag out and chose not to and continue fighting with each other. Much to both of their kind of detriment, because they got pretty beat up pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see Desperado pick up the win in this one. I definitely been feeling that he's been put on the back burner again a little bit, so it's nice to see him picking up some wins for the team after some of those losses across seas and whatnot. Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, it was a good match. I really enjoyed them, man. I really did. Um, again, I'm looking forward to the next 5 matches, man. I really am,
Mhm.
because I don't know, these it's just it's Suzuki and Nagata that are selling me on this, but I want
Mhm.
to see what Narita and Umino do, because again, those two have had such a battle since they came back,
Mhm.
and I love it.
Mhm.
Again, Watto and Despy, it feels almost manufactured. They're just kind of the third man to their team's
Mhm.
battle, I guess. But yeah, again,
But
I'm
going
loving
into the junior tournament, let's hope that they can turn that around and make it something a little bit more interesting.
it. Yeah,
But also, let's see how they can keep the diversity of the matches going forward.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we get an announcement on the 24th about who the heck is in the Super Junior Tag Tournament, because we don't know
Mhm.
yet, and we're about 2.5 weeks away as we record this on the 22nd. We're about 2.5 weeks away from the Super Junior Tag League, which starts on like the 10th or the 11th or something like that.
Is it on the same time as World
Oh,
Tag
sorry, it
League, or is
starts
it
on the
different?
starts on the 21st. So we're about 3.5 weeks away from this tournament, but like still, I'd
Mhm.
like to know. And yeah, because it's going to be interesting, because I don't think Mike Bailey's going to be in it just.
Mm. And and admittedly, who would he team with?
Bring anybody over from Impact, really, if you wanted to.
Mm. Well, obviously, except for ABC.
Yeah, again, that's a team I would love to see in this, man. I really would.
It would make sense for them to come over.
Hmm.
It would certainly be able to give Bay a bit more of a NJPW experience.
Yeah, again, this tournament starts the same day as Impact Flam for Glory, so that's why I'm pretty sure Bailey won't be in this, just
Mm.
because. Yeah,
Mm.
but I'm really hoping we get an announcement on that on the 24th. If we do, we will recap it all for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
Yeah. So, main event of the evening. It's just 5 guys. Doki, Sonata, Tai Chi, and Taka Michinoku taking on House of Tortures, Dick Togo, Evil, Sho, and Yujiro Takahashi. Those fucking guys. Whole teams.
I hate Show's intro jacket. I hate it. All the little hands dingly dangling off of it from weird places. I hate it.
I hate that they're all wearing T-shirts with with obvious fraudulent statements on them. So they're all wearing the Evil is Champion shirt.
Oh,
And it
right.
says World Champion Evil on the shirt in Japanese.
I
But
mean, what's the word the kids are using? If they want to be Delulu, let them be Delulu.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't know either.
You're hipper than I am, that's for darn sure.
I'm older than you are.
Yeah,
You're the
but
kids. You're supposed to know.
I'm 36 and I have gray in my beard. I am not a hip kid. I almost
Let's
went
get
to
a
change
name
it.
at
I almost
first.
went to go to the next slide because I just didn't. I was done with this already. Um, Doku out with Kanemaru's booze. Taka removes the barricade to let Sonata and Taichi walk through the crowd. And goddamn it, stop walking. People need to stop walking through crowds and making entrances longer. God damn it.
Unique experience for the crowd, though.
So you watched did you watch the English version of this, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So what the hell was Show yelling at the announcer?
Do you think Kevin knew?
No, but I thought maybe he would have an understanding, being that he was recording his commentary like a few days later.
No, he didn't know.
Okay, I thought maybe, but okay. Um, they start to brawl. Everybody starts brawling. A bunch of them fall to the floor. Despy and Yujiro fight in the ring. Despy hitting strikes. Hits a springboard back elbow. Then him and Taka do a double team. Sonata comes in working over Yujiro. Hits the lariat in the corner and gets the suplex for 2. Yujiro bites the finger to stop Doki's attack. Hangs him up on the ropes with like the flapjack into the ropes. House of Torture attack just 5 guys. They all brawl into the crowd. Evil's choking Doki with a ladder. People are getting thrown into or not with a ladder, with a chair. Sorry, I don't know why I wrote ladder. Yujiro gets Doki back in the ring, gets a 2 count. He chokes Doki some more, hits a leg drop, gets a 2 count. The Dick is in, and he attacks Doki.
What? Bruh. The Dick is in. Jesus Christ.
I'm guessing you didn't listen to the episode I did about the 8th and 9th then on my own, where I was talking about the Dick and his assholes.
Jeepers, Murphy.
The Dick is in, and he's attacking Doki. Gets a pop-up gut shot. Then gets a fist drop for 2. Evil comes in, chokes Doki with the shirt. Then the ref gets distracted with Evil, and the Dick chokes Sonata with the garrote. I got all of this from fucking Chris Charlton, the way he was calling shit when Dick Togo was in the ring. He was calling him the Dick and all this other stuff and being really, and just, yeah. I'm taking all of my cues from when I listened to Chris
We'll have
Charlton.
to credit Chris Charlton for that one. Thank you.
Not on this show, but like when I was listening to him before, it was just funny as fuck. Show comes in, messing with Doki, kicking him in the head, but Doki fights back, takes Show down. Taichi in, taking it to Show, but Togo interferes, but Taichi fights him off, and he fights off Togo. Taichi blocks the spear from Show, and he's got him like in a front chancery, but then Show pulls the ref in, then he gets the spear to Taichi, then he ends up getting the spear to Taichi, but he gets stopped on the shock arrow, but he hits kicks, but Taichi fights back. But Show tosses him into the exposed corner. Him and Evil attack. Taichi tries to fight. Taichi does fight back and taking them both out. Taka comes in to fight with Evil. Taka gets the slam but misses the moonsault. But he ends up attacking the knee with a drop kick. Gets the figure 4. But House Torture come in, break it all up, and they all beat up on Taka. And the Dick hits Taka in the dick while he's upside down. I hate that. Some movie's so stupid where they're holding Taka like upside down.
The Mongolian chop thingy-majiggy.
Yeah, the fish drop to his dick when he's when they're holding Taka upside down.
That was not just a dick hit, too. Depending on the depth in which he went, he got him anus to tip.
Ew. I don't want to imagine.
I'm just saying physics.
I don't want to imagine the dick with an anus, man. Come on.
I mean, don't you? Where is this episode gone?
Taichi, as I wrote, forgetting the A. Taichi in to make the save, but he gets suplexed by Sho and Yujiro. Taka hits the enziguri to Evil, tags in Sonata, who takes Evil to the floor, runs him into the barricade a few times. Then he runs Sho into the barricade when he tries to get involved. The back in the ring, Evil catches a kick, tosses to the ref, kicks Sonata low, and tags out. Togo's in, then Sonata inadvertently splashes the ref in the corner, and House of Torture all attacks Sonata. Taichi comes in, spitting the Kanemaru booze into Sho's face, and Doki hits Yujiro with a head scissors, and then enziguri Sho, then hits a suicide dive to Yujiro on the floor. Taka hits Togo with the Michinoku driver, then Sonata hits Togo with the Shining Wizard, and then moonsault, and he pins the Dick for the win.
It's too much dick.
When it comes to House of Torture matches, I'm going to be goofy because it's the only way that it can entertain me. Because it's as I'm watching the match and taking notes, it entertains me as I'm writing the notes in a certain way. That's the only way these matches are going to entertain me now.
I'm just happy that it wasn't Taka taking the pin. And that Taka actually got to do a Michinoku driver and actually contribute to the overall benefit of his faction finally.
Sorry, Taka didn't hit a Michinoku driver. He hit a Zack driver, by the way. Sorry, I should have said that right. He hit a Zack driver.
My guy.
Hey, he gave Zack the move. It's now a Zack Driver. I forgot.
So what the hell is Micah's called?
A Zack Driver 2.
I don't
Oh
think
no, no,
so.
no. That's a Michinoku
No.
Driver 2, so that's fine. But that was a Zack Driver. That was the mission. I mean, she hits the Michinoku Driver 2. It's a different move.
Non my vecne. Yeah, this was a thing. I immediately, just because it's House of Torture, I went into it knowing I wasn't going to enjoy it as much. This was palatable, though. It could have been much worse than what it was, but I actually really enjoyed, how these guys were actually working. There wasn't so many shenanigans. There were shenanigans, but there wasn't so many shenanigans that it was yucky. Like it was very, very well
Shenanigans.
done. What?
Shenanigans. All
Shenanigans.
those shenanigans.
All the shenanigans. I mean, there was the wrench at one point, but it made sense
Okay.
how it was,
Yeah.
deflected and gotten away. And, the Garrett was there, but it made sense and it was gotten away. It wasn't like, it wasn't so over the top. You know what I'm saying? They're usually very over the top with their shenanigans, but this was very what they should have always been level shenanigans. This level of shenanigans was good. I can deal with this. I can't deal with the obnoxiousness. The interaction with the announcer though is a bit much. Like the continual going back to them. Like I appreciate that they're getting them involved in anything because they probably feel important too in those moments. But like you've spent like the last 2 years just throwing people into the barricade and knocking the poor guy over with on the table. Like leave him alone, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, and afterwards we got to see pants.
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 And unfortunately, a theft.
Yeah, because Sonata takes people to the crowd. They're fighting in the crowd, toss them into the chairs. They're fighting, but eventually, Evil does get away, and it does get a hold. Does take the world title with him, and then Show also got a hold of that KOPW title. But we are going to talk about what's coming up next: Destruction in Kobe, ladies and gentlemen. Destruction in Kobe. I'm going to quickly run through the match. First match tonight: Kevin Knight, Tiger Mask taking on Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors. Non-title match. But yeah, again, looking forward to that.
Drilla is back.
I'm looking forward to the War Dogs, man. It's going to be a good match.
Second
match of the evening is Taka Michinoku, Doki, and Sonata of Just Five Guys taking on Dick, and the two assholes in Yujiro Takahashi and Evil.
Oh, dear.
Again, probably more of the same.
Yep.
Don't mean to hate on it, but more of the same. Third match of the evening, you've got the Gorillas of Destiny, Tamatonga, Tangaloa, Hikuleo, El Fantasmo, and Jado taking on the War Dogs, David Finley, Chase Owens, Alex Coughlin, Gabe Kidd, and Gato.
Interesting.
Well, again, they're going to start building for the strong tag team title match at the October 9th show. So, got some work to do. Match number 4, Yo Leo is back together. Yo and Leo Rush taking on Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi, building towards that junior heavyweight championship match with Leo Rush, Hiromu Takahashi, and Mr. Mike Bailey.
Interesting.
Fifth match of the evening, Tomohiro Ishii and Kazuchika Okada taking on Big Teats, Bad Dude Tito, and the front man, Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, that has so much potential to go so many ways. Interesting to see which one they'll take.
And this is a big, long card because this is your first tag team title match, or first title match of the evening. It is for the KOPW Championship. It is Taichi defending his title against the man who stole his title, Sho. And the stipulation will be that the seconds will be handcuffed at a ringside.
Oh, that was probably what they were discussing on microphone.
I bet you that was it. He was announcing that, and Sho didn't get his. His stipulation was a 10-minute time limit, and if it went to a draw, Sho was declared the winner. That was his stipulation. And Taichi's stipulation was all the seconds at ringside, like say Sonata and Evil would be hooked together, and like two like one from each team will be hooked together at ringside to negate uh, House Torture's involvement in this match.
Interesting. That has no potential to go horribly, horribly wrong.
Or horribly, horribly right.
It's House of Torture.
Yeah, but they're all like each House Torture member is going to have a just five guys person uh, handcuffed to them. So
And what happens if they choose this little House of Torture of 4 members decides to, like, I don't know, add another member?
well, there's five members. Oh, they don't have their fifth member right now. Well, then
Mm.
maybe just five guys need to become just six guys. Then I don't know.
No, then they would actually be like matched because House of Torture only has 4.
Yeah, but if House Torture adds another, then just five guys has to add another. Because
Oh, I see what
Kingmaker's
you're
out.
saying.
That's what I'm saying. So
Diner math.
Steiner math, right? Steiner math. So yeah, we're gonna KOPW Championship match there and then the next. Oh, I can go to the next. I can go to the next one. It is the tag team title match. IWGP Tag Team Championships. Yoshi-Hashi and Hirogoto Bishamon taking on TMDK's Shane Hayes, Mikey Nichols. The next IWGP Tag Team Champions, TMDK, baby.
Yeah, this one's gonna be good.
Yes, it will be. I'm excited. I want to see Team DK win this. I really, really do. I didn't put the match cards in, but the eighth match of the night, Shingo Takagi versus the Great Okan. That's gonna be a great singles match. These two have always do it up great when they're in the ring together. 30-minute time limit. Does say 30-minute time limit.
That seems high.
Ninth match of the evening, 30-minute time limit, special singles match, Tetsuya Naito versus Jeff Cobb. Again. It's gonna be so
Two special
good.
grudge matches above title matches. Interesting.
Yeah, and then your main event of the evening, it is for the IWGP US/UK Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
It is Yoda Suji challenging the champion, Mr. Will Ospreay. Yes, I'm so excited for
I mean, we know how that's gonna go, but still.
Yeah, Will Ospreay's going to defend his title.
Match.
Will Ospreay's going to defend his title, and then Zack Sabre Jr. is going to come out to confront him after the match. It's going to set up their match at Royal Quest 3, and I'm excited as all heck.
Well, that is quite the timeline you have there, sir.
Hey, Sabre made the challenge a while back, saying whoever is the champion at Royal Quest, he wants the match for what is now the UK title. So,
well, power to him.
I really hope it's Ospreay. I really, really do, because that would be an epic main event.
I mean, but look at the stuff that Tsuchi's also been pulling out. I mean, would be interesting to see Zack Sabre Jr. go against a very unique styling of Yoda Tsuchi there.
Yes, but then I that would make it easier for me to know who to cheer for, because I'd be cheering for Sabre the whole time. Where if it's Sabre and Ospreay, I don't know what to do. Well,
you want that anxiety?
Yes, I do want that anxiety. 100%.
My guy, we need to have a conversation.
In this case, I want the anxiety. I'm sorry, I'm crazy though.
Yes, you are.
That's gonna be an absolutely phenomenal match. We'll be having that coming out in about a week, in sometime over the next week. That show will be dropping. We might have another. I got to talk to Mel after the show, but Will Ospreay just did a match on the 17th over in Pro Wrestling Noah with a man named with Mr. Mayor Fuji, Mayor Fuji anniversary show. So I think we might have to watch the match. I've already sent her a link or so to watch that match. So you might have to watch and just review just that match. So we're not going to do the whole card, just that match. We might have to do a little special.
We're getting a little backed up here, sir.
Just a special little one match Noah Puroresu review of Ospreay versus Mayor Fuji. You might have to do that. But that might be coming out over the next week, because that match has already happened. It's happened a few days ago for us. So, yeah. But we'll be coming back with more and lots more Stardom to come too, ladies and gentlemen, because we are at the end of the 5-star tournament, and then we'll be starting the Goddess tournament. Never stops tournaments, man, in this company.
Yes, let these girls rest. My goodness.
Yeah.
tape on Mirai's arm is expanding and expanding.
I just realized the graphic going across the bottom the entire time has been just for me. I had it on the wrong thing. I apologize, Melball. You can find me on the X, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Hive at That Canada Guy. You can find me on the TikTok, the Instagram, and the Threads at That Canada. You can find me on Facebook right over here at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk on Facebook. You can also find me whenever I pop up in my random appearances over on twitch.tv/our local establishment for OLE, our good friends over there. You can find them on Instagram and TikTok at OLE Podcasts, and you can find them on youtube.com/at our local establishment for all the replays. Again, me and Ed don't know what we're doing yet. We did say we were going to hold out till the strike was over to do more Marvel talk, but me and him have been talking about just recording the shows and keeping them in the bank and have live. So it's kind of more of our fresh reactions to the show, and we'll just drop them after the strike's over. We don't know yet, but you'll see something from us eventually talking about Loki with Marvel Talk, but it might not be right around the time the show comes out. And then don't forget, check out Backbreaker Video. You might be watching us there. If you are, please subscribe to the channel. Lots of great content over there. If you're not watching us over on Backbreaker Video, go over and check them out at youtube.com/at Backbreaker Video. You can check out all the great live content that Mike does at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, all his great gaming content that he does there, his live watch along of AEW Dynamite, where he talks to you about Dynamite as it's happening. And you can find all the great replays of his gaming stuff over at youtube.com/@Backbreaker Gaming. You can find him, Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, and their freaking guest, Miss Kayla J.
Kayla J.
Melba,
Kayla J.
Where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melba, you can find her on the X thing at Collins Melba. You can find her on everything else: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Mastodon at Melba Collins. You can also catch me on our local establishment's programming, Paramindful, every couple of weeks. We just released an EVP about a really big snake that is unreasonably large, done by Alex the Werewolf, that you want to go ahead and listen to. We do have an episode coming out in 2 weeks here about all the mysterious triangles of the world, the Bermuda Triangle, all that kind of stuff. Not the Illuminati stuff. No, we got a special episode for that coming up. But yeah, catch us on our local establishment there. You can also catch me on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel, where we do our show, the Ladies Wrestling Showcase, every couple of weeks. I believe we have one coming up next week where we're going to be discussing all of the things happening in women's professional wrestling, most likely some of the unfortunate let-goes that have been happening within WWE. It's that time of year again and again. Anyway, I think that is it for me. If you're wanting to watch NJPW, you can check out our channel description, where you will find a link to the website there. It is njpwworld.com. It's approximately 999 yen, or approximately $10 Canadian, but more like $7.30, $7.50-ish, depending on our dollar. It's still an incredible price to watch some incredible wrestling. You can watch some of the Road to Destruction tour here that we've been discussing, but you can also go back into the bowels of NJPW, go see some of the original Tanahashi, go see some of the beginnings of some of your favorite wrestlers like AJ Styles. You can go back there and see Kenny Omega. You can see all kinds of people, and if you dive way back enough, you let me know if you see Melball's favorite dinosaur popping around in there.
If you go far back enough, you can see some actually good Hulk Hogan matches.
Yeah, if you're willing to take that plunge, go ahead and check that out.
It's honestly worth it to see Hulk Hogan actually work good.
It truly is.
It really is.
And that being said, Andre, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to thank all of you, all the great support you've given us. We really do appreciate it. Please keep liking the video, subscribe, and please, if you are watching, please, if you can, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below, because we love hearing from you and talking to you guys. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello.
Yeah. And that being said, I am your Mel. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Adios.